Hello, everybody. My name is Jordan Rocco, and I bring you another episode of the World of Sports podcast. Today's episode is all about March Madness. I'm going to start this off with a statistic 0. That is the number of brackets that predicted these 16 teams to be in the Sweet 16. That just shows you right there how insane March Madness has been. There has been upset after upset, and to start our episode off, we're going to be talking about each upset. We're going to be starting with the first one on Thursday, number 11, Loyola Chicago over number 6, Miami. And this happened because of a buzzer beater. Dante Ingram, he went 4 for 13 for the day, so it really wasn't that good, but it didn't matter because there was one last shot to take, and boy, did he take it. It was far away. It was on the March Madness logo near mid-court, but really just how better is that? You defeated the number 6 team, Miami, but you did it from a huge, insane range. Like that's just crazy. And fun fact, Loyola is still in the Sweet 16, but we'll get into that when I make my predictions. Next one is Arizona losing to Buffalo, 89-68, and Buffalo was ranked number 13, while Arizona was ranked number 4. Unfortunately, DeAndre Ayton and the Wildcats did not have enough. They had no answer. Wes Clark scored 25 points for Buffalo on 10 for 14 shooting. Unfortunately, after that, Buffalo got killed to Kentucky. But yeah, let's get into the next upset. Marshall defeated number 4 Wichita State. They shocked the Shockers. The score was 81-75. Marshall was ranked number 13, while Wichita State was ranked number 4. MVP of that game would probably be John Elmore. He scored 27 points against Wichita State. It was a great game for Marshall. Fortunately, they lost in the next round. But let's get into the biggest upset in the history of college basketball. Number 16 seed UMBC Retrievers over number 1 seed Virginia Cavaliers. And it wasn't just like a defeat. They destroyed them by 20 points. The score was 74-54. It was actually tied at halftime, believe it or not. But the Retrievers, they knew what they had to do, and they got it done. Jarius Lyles was an unstoppable force for UMBC. He scored 23 of his points after halftime, so he had a big second half. He helped lead the Retrievers to the biggest upset in the history of college basketball. No number 16 seed has ever defeated the number 1 seed until last Friday. That was, even though they lost in the next round, that's just an incredible story. Everybody has to respect that. That's all we're going to say about that one. Now let's get into another one that happened Friday. Number 11, Syracuse over number 6, TCU. And every year, Syracuse is in it. Like, I think it's mainly because of their head coach. They have an incredible coach. But great win for Syracuse. They also won in the next round. They made 3 of 14 from the three-point line, but they still got away with it. Really rough shooting. TCU missed 14 of its 17 three-pointers, so they both rough shooting. But Syracuse went to the next round. Go Orange. Next one was Loyola Chicago against number 3 Tennessee, and they defeated them 63-62. And that's all because of Sister Jean. If you haven't heard about that, the nun of Loyola Chicago, Sister Jean, she's been the story about among the whole. She calls herself actually an international sensation. She had to make sure that they corrected that when they interviewed her. But Sister Jean has just been, or not Sister Jean, Loyola Chicago has just been an insane team. The Ramblers had a game-winning shot by Clayton Custer with 3 seconds left. This was 3 seconds earlier than Dante Ingram's buzzer beater against Miami, which happened 2 days earlier than this. And Loyola Chicago is in the Sweet 16, but like I said, we'll talk more about the Sweet 16 soon. Next upset was, now this happened in the next round. Syracuse defeated number 3 Michigan State, which many people like Barack Obama predicted that Michigan State would win the whole national championship, but sadly they were wrong. Syracuse upsetted them 55 to 53. Spartans missed their last 13 shots, finished with a 25% or shooting percentage. That included 8 for 37 for 3-pointers. So that shows you a lot of the teams that can't shoot lose. If you can't shoot it, you're not gonna. If you don't have the offense, you're not gonna win it. March Madness, you have to be able to have the good game plan when it comes to offense, get the good plays, do all of that. Next upset, Texas A&M over North Carolina, and it was a big loss for North Carolina. And many people like myself had North Carolina going very far. Excuse the moving around I have going on, but it was a big loss too, 86 to 65. North Carolina just couldn't contain Texas A&M. Texas A&M was very great on offense. They had every answer to North Carolina. North Carolina, another team that just could not shoot. 33% shooting. Let's get into the next one. Nevada. Number 7 Nevada defeated number 2 Cincinnati 75 to 73. And watching this game, I turned it off. I said, this is boring. There's no point in me watching this. Obviously, Cincinnati's going to win because they're up by 22 points. But boy, was I wrong. With 11 minutes left, they had a 22-point lead, but still Nevada came back. That's insane. To come back after being down by 22, to still think you're in the game by losing 22 points, that takes not only a great coach, but just great players. Cody Martin was a star. 25 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, and not a single turnover in 40 minutes. Nevada going to the next round. Florida State upset Xavier, which number 9 ranked, Florida State defeated number 1 ranked Xavier, 75 to 70. Not many people had that one coming. I'm very happy about that because I'm a Florida State football fan. I'm not too big of a fan for college basketball. I just love March Madness. I feel like that's how the average person is. But yeah, Florida State moving on to the Sweet 16. Not many people had that happening. Now let's get into prediction time. Sweet 16, it's going to be starting, I believe, March 22nd. And the first game will be Loyola Chicago against Nevada. And Loyola is seeded 11th, while Nevada is seeded 7th. I have Loyola Chicago going to the next round. Kansas State against Kentucky. I have Kentucky defeating Kansas State. And this is just because Kentucky is a powerhouse. Although they haven't had the best season like compared to all their past years. But now they're kind of the underdogs if you think about it. So I feel like they're going to taking that role good. And Kentucky, Kevin Knox, that powerhouse of a school, is going to the next round. Villanova against West Virginia. I'm going with the upset West Virginia. They're hot. This team is special. Villanova's ranked number 1, so I feel like this is really, it'd be a big upset if it happened while West Virginia is ranked 5th in the whole tournament. But yeah, I'm having West Virginia go to the next round. And then we have Texas Tech against Purdue. And I'm going to have to say Texas Tech. Texas Tech is hot. They're good. They played really good. So yeah, that's going to be my prediction for that. That part of it. Now we have Florida State against Gonzaga. I have to go with Gonzaga. Yeah, I can't see Florida State making another upset, even though they defeated the number 1 seed. Gonzaga's hot. They're really good. I got Gonzaga. Now Kansas against Clemson. Kansas, powerhouse. I have to go with Kansas. Even though Clemson, they're hot too. 84 to 53 win against Auburn. But just Kansas, I can't see Kansas losing this early. Next games, Michigan against Texas A&M. After what I witnessed, that buzzer beater from Jordan Poole, which was his only 3-pointer of that game, I have to go with Michigan. Michigan, they have heart. They want this bad. Therefore, go Michigan. They're going to win it. Or win that game. Then we have Syracuse against Duke. And I'm going to have to go, yeah, I'm going to have to go with Duke. I want to say Syracuse, but no, Duke's going to win that. So that means Duke and Kansas will have to face each other, and I have Duke over Kansas if they face each other. And then that will mean Michigan and Gonzaga will have to face each other, and I have Michigan over Gonzaga if they win. So then, if that happens, I'm just going to tell you my full bracket prediction. I'm probably way off. So then it'll be Gonzaga-Duke. I'm going to have to go with Duke. Duke will be going to the national championship. Now let's go to the other side of the bracket. Since I predict Kentucky and West Virginia, I'm going to have to go with Kentucky over West Virginia. Even though West Virginia is hot, like I said, Kentucky powerhouse. I said Loyola Chicago over Nevada, and then Texas Tech over Purdue. If they face each other, I have Texas Tech. And then I'm going to have Kentucky over Texas Tech, and I'm going to have Kentucky and Duke in the national championship. And then if they go to the national championship, I'm going to have number 2 Duke winning the national championship. Here's why. Duke, Coach K, that entire roster, which will be insane next year. I just want to mention that. And also, we have a video that talks about that team that will be insane next year with Zion Williamson, all of the top prospects. Go watch that video made by Diego Solares. It is on our playlist of our former episodes, or our past episodes. Now, Duke over Kentucky. Duke just, to me, they have a pretty good offense. They have many weapons. As much as I want to say Grayson Allen, to me, he's not too big of a factor. He's decent, and I know many people won't agree with that, but I just don't see Grayson Allen as a big factor of Duke. But honestly, I'm probably way off. That's just my predictions. I hope everybody has enjoyed March Madness as much as I have, and make sure you watch it this weekend. It'll be exciting. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, leave a like, comment, and make sure you subscribe. I apologize for not uploading too much. I'm just trying to upload as much as I can. Take care, everybody, and have a great rest of your week.